Welcome back, everyone, to Cool Cars for Kids car reviews. My name is Jake, and I will be your personal car reviewer. Before we get into this beautiful Mazda MX-5, not quite a Miata, although some just call it Miata anyway, this beautiful Mazda MX-5, I do want to tell you a little bit about what our association, Cool Cars for Kids, is about. We are an organization, a charity, a nonprofit organization that aims to provide money and research for children with rare genetic diagnoses. What this video is it is trying to get attention for that, trying to raise awareness so that you all can go to our website, coolcarsforkids.org. How do you spell that? Well, it's right here, coolcarsforkids.org, all one word. And there you can learn even more than just what I just more than what I just said. So, what do we have in front of us today? We have a Mazda 2017 MX-5 or Miata, depends if you're old school or you're new school. It's a nice little sports car. It's not too much, but it's also not too little. We have those really nice lines, those Mazda, those Japanese lines. When you're standing in front of it, it just looks like a Mazda. Even if you didn't know what this car is, you would just say, oh, that's Japanese. That's got to be a Mazda. Under the hood, let me get that open for you in a second. We got a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, making 155 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. It makes 148 pound-feet of torque at 4,600 RPM. So, while you might be saying, oh, that's not a lot, that's not nothing, for a car this size, for a car that weighs just about 2,400 pounds, 2,500 pounds, with fuel and everything, with all its liquids, that is a lot, and that is more than enough. And this car is not just about the engine, it's about the experience you have driving a Miata. MX-5, with its 59-inch wide track. It sort of has like a wide body look to it, like the fender flare here, the fender flare in the back. This RF model, which is a sort of motorized Targa. Yeah, you sort of get what I'm aiming at. It looks like a sports car. It's low. It really isn't that tall of a car. And that is because it is a sports car. Now, all that 155 horsepower is pushed to the rear wheels, where we have 205 section tires, same in the front, 205 section tires, with Pilot Sport all seasons. The brakes are 11-inch discs, same in the front, with one piston calipers. The only thing different about the calipers is that in the front, weirdly enough, they are Brembos, but in the back, they are Mazda brakes. So, good performance, really, from those Brembos, but also from those Mazda's brakes. You're just going to have a fun ride. You can take it out to a track. You can take it out to a nice, curvy, windy canyon road and have a fun day. Because that's sort of the theme about this car, is fun. You may not have a 1.5 second 0 to 60, but you're going to have decent track times. Because with that double wishbone front suspension, it's pretty good. It's really good around curves. It's really flat. And there's just not much about this car that is boring. I mean, you could say that the old ones look better with those less angular lines. But I like angular lines. I like Lamborghinis. And this sort of has that jagged, angry look to it. Let me put this down, and then we'll get to the interior. Inside the car, and it is just as comfortable as the outside is. And I know that's weird. I know you're saying, Jake, how can the outside of a car be comfortable? But think about it. It's cute. It's sporty. And it's sort of got comfortable lines. I don't know how to explain it. If you saw this in person, you would know what I mean, but it's comfortable. And the inside perfectly replicates that. This 3-pedal stick shift Mazda is exactly how you want it. I don't think there's any other configuration that you would want this car in. You could say, well, how about the automatic for a more luxurious ride? You don't want the automatic. You want the 6-speed manual. You also want this target top. Yes, it also comes in a soft top convertible, but the look of this motorized target top. That button for the motorized target top is right there. It's just the look of this. It's just angular. It's sharp. It looks mean, but it's not so mean that you think that you can't handle it in a race. It's a front engine, so a lot of that weight's going to be on the front. So if you step on it hard, you're going to get some wheel spin in the back. You can take it on turns. You can do some donuts in it. This car is very modifiable. You can modify this car because it's Japanese. But you can modify this car if you're not satisfied with its 155 horsepower or with its double wishbone front suspension and multi-link rear suspension. But I would recommend this car. But is it worth the price? Yes. And I say yes because I know the price. I haven't told you yet. But once you hear the price, you are also going to say yes because this car, new, is about $21,000 to $25,000. Used, you can get this in the low teens. Really good condition, maybe mid-teens. But that is a majorly affordable first car. Not even first car, if you just want if you can't afford something like a Ferrari, which no one can, but if you just want this car, a car that is sporty and small, you can take around a track, you can take around some corners fast, this is that car. I mean, you can get this for $15,000. You can get this and a Toyota Prius as your daily driver. Or you can make this your daily driver. It depends on what you think of a daily driver. You also get a 7-inch infotainment here. I will say it is not the best, but what can you expect? It has nice leather bucket seats that are very, very comfortable. They are manual. There is no power. But you can slide them and tilt them and raise them. That's about it. You get 2 cup holders back here. And they are removable. Somehow. They are removable if you somehow have an arm and somehow have an arm that reaches all the way back here. But yeah, that's about it. And this video is short because this is a minimalist car. This is a car you get to drive. You don't get it to sit in a garage. You get it to drive it. You get it to drive it, which is why you get that manual. That stick shift, that 3-pedal, whatever you want to call it. I mean, just look at this. It's like, 140 inches long? It's tiny. And it's so fun. Its slopes, its lines, its curves, its fender flares, its 7-spoke wheels. It's all just so minimalist. This car is minimalistic. There's not much to it. It doesn't need to be that way. I forgot to mention, this car does have a Bose 9-speaker audio system, which you might want to have on because it is a 2-liter 4-cylinder that does not have an exhaust. But just so you know what the exhaust looks like, they are little pea shooters at the back here. That doesn't matter though. The sound doesn't matter in this car. You just love this car. If you own this car, you're gonna love it. And if you don't own this car, you do love it. Whether it's this model or the 89, the ones they actually call them Miata, even though this one is actually a Miata. You love it. I mean, just look at it. You see this car in a parking lot and you think, oh, that's really cute. I really want that car. And I do really want this car. And I'm saving for this car. Because at $50,000, it is affordable to many people. Unlike a Ferrari, which costs 30 times that, at least. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know I got a little bit of my personal opinion in there with how much I like this car, but I do really like this car because it is head turning, for me at least, when I see it on the road. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for some more episodes because we got a couple nice cars coming up. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good day.